Speaking of friends, perfect segue. So someone on a decent spot, Mr. Edie, posted a video saying why he thinks Rock Lee is better than Naruto and Sasuke. And we just have to sit here and respond to that. You know what I'm saying? And tell him he tripping, aka trash or lit Rock Lee. Uh, let's get into it.
All right.
So
I think I'll start.
most of the points he.
Oh, go ahead. You can go ahead. You want?
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Yes, I was just gonna start by kind of pointing out some of the things that he had mentioned about why Rock Lee isn't lit, and now because of technical difficulties, we several weeks out.
Yeah.
So I might be missing some points, but it'd be that way.
Real quick to help you out, his 4 main points were character development, strength, personality, and results.
All right, bet. See, he fucked up by adding results, period. All right, cool. So I don't have to mention that Jugga got it for us. Sweet. Well, I guess I'll just talk about him. So you said character development was first?
Yep.
All right. My nigga definitely didn't develop as a character. His character started out by basically saying like, hey, I live in a world where without chakra, you're basically doomed to become a mediocre ninja. My goal is to not become a mediocre ninja. I want to be a splendid ninja, quote unquote, right? And this nigga started out, whooping up some of our guinea niggas, showing that he got some skill. But then later on, he does nothing but take L's. Gaara takes a L. Kimimaro takes a L. Versus himself, technically, he took a L because he beat himself. Like that nigga. Even towards the end, if he really wanted to show he was a splendid ninja, if this nigga would have jumped up in front of Madara and went 8 gates, that would have been so much more impactful. At the end of the day, nobody could have ever said shit. Like, we can't say shit about my guy. That nigga solidified. But not Rock Lee. Rock Lee didn't jump up and go 8 gates. That nigga decided to be a basic bitch his whole life. And now he getting beat up by his son. That nigga ain't getting no development.
That is true. They should have low key jumped that nigga, Madoru.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Missed out opportunities. No development.
Anybody got anything else to say about his development?
To me, I would say no. He didn't develop at all. I think we all wanted him to, and we saw some great scenes from him, which make you think he developed. But even if you take his biggest moments, like the closest thing to character development was overcoming the like broken leg thing to almost get his shit kicked in by Kinimaru, and then going to Shippuden, it was like all of the opportunities that he had to really show us that like he's supposed to take the torch from my guy. My guy just stepped in and did that. Like they could have had him fight what's his name? Dude with the sword, Itachi's partner. Yeah, Kisame.
Oh,
We could have had him. We could have had him build the relationship with Kisame and maybe make my guy take the L to him so Lee could beat him. They didn't do that. My guy versus Madara, great scene. Put a lot of respect on my guy himself. That could have been something that was saved for Rock Lee instead. So we still see like this nigga was still doing some shit on the journey, but no, it was trash. And my guy has chakra, from what I understand. He just was like a shittier ninja. So it doesn't even like my guy's dub still don't really put the respect on Rock Lee's name because that nigga can summon and he has chakra. So
true.
Yeah, no character development for me.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty much basic startup, like pretty much no hope, should have never been a ninja. And then he actually became a ninja in technical terms, which is great. But it's like it was just an incompleted journey, long story short.
Right.
It's like he was getting there, but the development didn't fully mature. I mean, like
Yeah.
Did he even get like Jonin respect? Like, because Neji's the only one of that crew that made
Right.
it to Jonin,
No.
right?
Lee only made the tuning. That was it.
Yeah, so come on, man. Like, at least that would have been development if they gave him just a Jonin title. Then you you could at least make the argument to say he did some growing. But like, come on, nigga. Everybody
Yeah.
went on a time skip to train, and you're still at the same level. Stop.
Here's the way I think about it. So we know we've all watched this show called Hinamaru Sumo.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the main fucking character, Hinamaru, was at a huge disadvantage compared to everybody else because of his size. Yet,
Right.
that nigga pushed himself on a daily basis in order to become one of the top niggas out there running shit with niggas.
Mhm.
But this man, but it's basically the equivalent of if Hinamaru basically lost right before they got to that final tournament and was like, well, I guess that's that. And we all just ended the show from there. That's essentially what it felt like. You're seeing, somebody's grown or whatever. You're like, oh shit, they might be able to make a name for themselves. Yeah, they're the main character. They're gonna fucking come to the end and reach their goal at the end of the day, and then just get injured at some point and be like, yep, that's the end of the season. Sorry guys. I guess I'm never gonna become professional. That's the way it
That
feels.
was perfect, bro. That was perfect. This is how you know if the nigga Rock Lee ain't worth shit. Like, bro, what if Naruto's story went like Rock Lee? Like, I got my ass whooping, I just quit being a ninja.
I'm a salary man now.
Right? I married a bum bitch and my kid a bum ass ninja too.
Yeah.
What was his next point?
Oh shit.
His next point was strength. Strength.
Okay. And this is where I feel like a lot of black folks put too much respect on like Dragon Ball Z and Rock Lee. It's like, I get it. My nigga was throwing good hands. We all like seeing it from time to time. But at the end of the day, compared to the world, that nigga wasn't doing shit, bro. Like, he don't got chakra. He can't get out of a genjutsu. A genin can beat this nigga no matter how good he is at whooping ass. He'd be like, oh shit, this nigga Rock Lee can beat me? Hold on. Genjutsu, that nigga sleep now. And he can't get out. Like, he literally cannot get out. Like, that nigga not good. He can throw good hands, but is them shits gonna land? Like, if you're a bad ninja, Rock Lee can expose you. But if you're somewhat decent, there's no way you should be getting by a nigga that only throw hands.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, it does bring up the whole idea of what I was saying earlier with the whole Naruto versus Aang discussion, where Aang would be able to catch the nigga in his sleep, which we found out is no longer the case. If you were to run up on Lee while he was sleeping and do any fucking jutsu, he's screwed. The man can't do anything. He has to literally be awake and at his full potential at all moments in order to have a chance against most ninja in this world.
Bro, in Boruto they actually showed that this nigga could. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I was about like, bro, fuck Boruto.
You would definitely. Yeah, I mean, for strength for me, like, I think it's been pretty much said, and it just goes back to the my guy stole all his shine points that I was making in the last thing. He's lost. I haven't seen him win a single fight except against himself. And the time where they could have gave him the opportunity to show that he's a raw ass nigga, my guy just did it. Like, the person to figure out how to like counter the Mangekyo with the stupidest reasoning ever was my guy. He was like, yo, just look at these niggas' feet. Like, that could have been given to Rock Lee, and then he would have had so much clout on his name just for figuring that. Like, Rock Lee fanboys would probably never let that go, but they still gave it to my guy. So it's just like, they just didn't want this nigga to win. Like, that's all it is, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. All of the reason why people expect Rock Lee to be so damn raw is because we place all of Mike Guy's achievements onto Rock Lee, just because we know that he's supposed to be the carbon copy of this nigga.
Right.
Yeah. But just because Mike Guy did it, don't mean Rock Lee will. And the thing is, like, niggas be like, oh, but 8 gates. I'm like, hey, you can use that argument for Mike Guy. You can't use it for Lee, because 8 gates implies like you're about to kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like, you got to be a tough son of a bitch to be like, hey, bro, I'm about to kill myself over this. Like, clearly niggas ain't just doing that.
No, Rock Lee was willing to go there though. We got to say that he was willing to go there for stupid shit. Rock Lee could have died much earlier in the series. If Sasuke and Naruto just took him that far, like if them niggas was like, all right, fuck it, we gonna try to kill you, Rock Lee would have gone all 8 on him.
That
just for
that's back
Sakura
when that
bum ass.
nigga still had hope that he could be a good ninja. I feel like after that nigga got older, after the time skip, he was like, bro, these niggas ain't, this ain't for. I feel like once that nigga Pain blew up the village, that's when that nigga was like, bro, this ninja shit not for me, bro. Like, it's dead, bro. I ain't doing none of these gates, nigga. What the fuck was kicking the nigga gonna do to Pain? Nothing.
It was gonna hurt him. The world shall know pain.
Oh. That nigga Rock Lee, we didn't see that nigga nowhere in that Pain fight. He knew what was up.
Here's the crazy thing though. If he were to go against Obito and the nigga unlocked his 8th gate and he went in for attack and then the nigga just poof disappeared on your ass right before you unleashed the attack. You just created a huge ass crater, but you did not kill a nigga and now you dead.
Be looking goofy as fuck. Die by ninjutsu, nigga.
Hey.
Yeah.
I feel like a goofy honorable death is more honorable to Rock Lee than what he's gone through now, which is just constantly being reiterated that you're shitty. Like, come on, in Boruto, bro, there's a fight versus him and his son almost drops his ass in the fight, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, yo, are you ever gonna get better? Your son?
You know what Rock Lee is like? Rock Lee is like seeing a 7 foot tall nigga that can't dunk. Like, what you so big for, bro?
Oh my god.
All them goddamn kicks every day, bro. 1,000 kicks on that tree. All them trees
Beat
you
the
fucking
fuck up
chop down with your legs.
Body.
Right. Oh no, they move now? I'm used to trees. Them niggas just stay there and take my kicks. All right, poop ass.
Wow.
We still have more points to talk about this because I feel like
There's 2
we
more.
got it.
I feel like we get it, but what's these other 2? Let's just see if they worse we get.
3 is personality and 4 is results.
Okay, so we can skip results because we already said multiple times that nigga ain't got none. That shit not producing, bro. That nigga would get fired if this was a job. Like, but we ain't gonna even go there. Personality, I feel like that's preference. You feel me? Like, you might fuck with that nigga. Like, you might be like, oh, he a cool nigga. Me personally, I thought Rock Lee came off as a lame. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not trying to talk shit about Rock Lee fans, but I feel like it got something to do with niggas taking personal losses and then grinding in real life. So they like, oh, I grind, so I see that grind in this nigga Rock Lee. Me personally, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've kind of always been a winner. I ain't never been on the losing side.
Wow.
And that's how he just got another nomination for Goofy of the Year.
I'm saying this nigga definitely said he was the what you will call it. He said he was the main character in his own story, bro. You better relax, man. Millions on the table.
I'm not saying that I always get a dub, but I feel like I've always had.
You literally just said I always win.
Yes, he did.
You came back and said, you know, I'm not trying to say I always win. But you definitely just said that.
So in essence, you just gave yourself an L.
Oh man. So let me clarify for the haters. I've always had a winner's mindset, not necessarily. And I feel like Rock Lee does not have a winner's mindset. The first thing he did after getting his training, he was like, hey, let me flex on these bum ass niggas. And then when a real nigga came through, he got his ass whooped. And me personally, I just find that bitch made. That nigga was flexing on Sasuke and Naruto. That nigga was about to kill Sasuke, real talk.
Yeah, he was.
I came through, motherfucker wasn't hitting right. So I'm just like, hey, bro, Rock Lee, low key, you know, you don't produce, nigga. You ain't got no winner's mentality. I don't give a fuck how hard you try, nigga. At the end of the day, you didn't get the dub. I care about results, my nigga. So like, that's just where me personally, I'm just like, nah, I don't fuck with that nigga because I don't care about niggas trying hard. Like, oh, okay, you try hard, we still lost though. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing, though. In the beginning of the story, yeah, I would say the nigga would be eligible to a lot of respect for the shit that he was doing, basically, especially when he was beating Sasuke's ass or whatever. But as the story went on, the nigga faded away and turned into nothing, and he turned into a like you guys said, a fucking businessman out in the streets trying to sell toilet paper.
Hey, bro, niggas out here making bread off that TP right now, bro.
Well, I feel like to me, like Rock Lee reminds me of maybe like a bully early on in school, and then like years go by, you maybe never seen this nigga for a minute, and then finally at your like 10-year high school reunion, you see this nigga again, and he's like balding and just like his life shit. And like you was like, but you used to be like the talk of the town in 5th grade, you feel me? But like now I got a whole good ass job. You talk about you still working at McDonald's, like all types of weird shit. Yeah, and I'm just like,
saying he on some 50 shit.
Well,
damn, homie. And back in high school, you were the man, homie.
The man, homie. Yeah. So that's how I feel about Rock Lee. Like, if you look back at the Naruto career, you would live the illusion that maybe he was on to something. But then once we enter Shippuden and now we're in fucking Boruto, it's like that nigga is damn near Kiba, bro. He's about to disappear. Like Kiba, we still haven't seen, bro. Where is Kiba? I'm gonna start putting up posters around the world. Where is Kiba, bro? Because this nigga has not shown up. Nigga has not shown up, bro. Who? Kiba, you know Kiba, Akamar. Them niggas ghosts, bro.
Kiba, that nigga that...
You're on the motherfucking chopping block. You better watch out, bro.
Yeah, I feel like Kiba one of them niggas. You come to the reunion and be like, "Oh man, I forgot about that nigga Kiba. Yeah, his ass used to go to this school."
Didn't you move right? You moved right? No, nigga, I've been here. I graduated with y'all. What?
Nigga, I live right across the street from you. Oh shit.
What?
Niggas hit you with the you was in our year? That's crazy.
Crazy ass, man.
Yeah,
no, fuck
with.
Yep. And Rock Lee just gotta sit there and watch niggas just use his moves to be big ass motherfuckers, but he can't even do that shit. R.I.P. Rock Lee.
I feel like if the nigga if he would have at least found some type of powerful weapons or whatever, he would have been able to give somebody some kind of go. But no, he just said fucking just straight hands and legs.
So what you're saying is you're trying to make him Asta, though. Is what I'm hearing.
I don't understand that reference.
Oh, you'll be back.
What? Oh yeah. Oh shit. I forgot about
you don't want
that.
Black Clover?
Nah, bro.
No.
He's
a Rock Lee.
I'm currently in the midst of watching Fate Zero. So.
Right.
Oh, welcome to the club.
Nigga, that shit do Black Clover instantly.
True.
I said, drop that shit and do Black Clover instantly. You sleep. Black Clover is what Rock Lee needed to have.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
No, so what's the Asta reference? So explain it.
Oh, Asta is Rock Lee in this universe. So it's a bunch of wizards. But this guy named Asta has no magic whatsoever and basically just bodies niggas with his hands and training.
But
demons,
like a
mostly hands and
sword that helped him throughout the plot. So it's like it's pretty. That's why I was like, that was the reference. Like he got
yes.
So
yes, 100%. Then the nigga needs a battle suit.
Yep.
Yeah. No, he could just stay there. Stay there. We're done with him, bro. Like there's like at this point, if Boruto tries to heal the Rock Lee wound that was left. Like, it's not gonna bring me back to the series. And nor do I think it's gonna bring anybody else. Maybe the crazy Rock Lee fanboys, but yeah, bro. It's done. What's done is done. R.I.P. Rock Lee. You dead to me.
Here's the thing that kills me. So the nigga B was able to use like 8 swords when he was throwing hands against motherfuckers. But this man Rock Lee still couldn't push his own mindset to be able to use weapons in order to add some variety to the way he does combat. He just
No, I mean
literally
he
does
married.
everything the exact same way. He's like Luffy
Well,
with doing different kinds of punches, but it's all just a
well,
punch.
he married a weapons expert, so he passed that along to Metal. They
See,
realized that like they couldn't have these two shitty characters live on forever, so they needed to combine them into one, and then they just have that nigga now.
but that's the issue. They could have been doing combo attacks on niggas. She could have been giving him all the fucking weapons, and he would have been throwing their hands
Well,
with those
Tenten
They
is
weapons.
might.
trash. So let's remember that.
No, what I'm saying is they could have complemented each other and made each other more powerful.
You can't compliment a nigga if you so far behind. You feel me, bro? Like that
Well,
bitch, like
it just
Indian. She can't even box with them.
I know, but Tenten just like she got put in a very unfair position because it's like by the time she was introduced, like kunais were already just he used substitution jutsu move now. Like whenever you see somebody throw a kunai in a hit, you was like, that's a log. Like
Yes.
it never was not that. So
Yep.
they immediately shut down the usefulness of weapons like after they fought Haku. It was like, what's the point of weapons again? And then they go, hey, here's this chick that only uses that shit that we just told you was useless the last arc ago. Like, all right. No hope for that bitch. Like, it's over.
That's true. Until she started breaking guns and rocket launchers. But no, she didn't want to expand her mind.
Wow, man. Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, so I guess we can put a wrap on this one. Shout out to Mr. Edie for making that video. Here's our response. I guess about a month late now. So, all right.
Moral of the story: that nigga Rock Lee a bum.
Facts. Facts.